Here he is, baby. Oh my God. Well, this is the first day of filming, and this year I'm going to try something a little different. I usually just show hunts, very basic, get a little bit of footage of the deer, have it come in, get a second angle with the GoPro, then hopefully the kill shot, and then I'll do the recovery. But I don't really show any of the behind the scenes stuff, and you know, I may not in the end of it, but I'm going to try it this year. So this is day one of this. Going out to my urban place that I have permission to hunt, and I've got to do some tree trimming so I don't scratch my truck up every time I drive into place. I got to check the stands, make sure they're still solid. I've also got to change the cards and the cameras, just, you know, typical stuff. But I'm going to try to show a little bit of that today, and the goal is at the end of the year to put multiple hunts in and create a short film. Sounds good on paper. We shall see how it works, but let's see how it goes. Is nothing but leaves. That's insane. I've been getting pictures of leaves for 2 weeks. Ooh. Man, carrying 100 pounds of corn. I don't know. Ain't quite 100 yards, maybe 75, 80 yards. That'll get you. Now, what this allows us to do is get good pictures of the deer, obviously. Even though the big bucks are not in here, this urban area is really only when the rut kicks in. But the reason those big bucks come is because of the doe. This corn right here keeps the doe coming in here. They know where the spot is. Come You know, last week in of October, first week in November, really a couple weeks in November. That's the magic time. Does will be here because of the food. Bucks will come. Bucks that I won't even get pictures of. I've killed 2 really nice ones 2 years ago, 10 days apart, that I never got a picture of, and they're giants. I saw another one last year. I couldn't get a shot at it. Hopefully this year it works. But that's the reason why on August 30th, we're out here sweating getting this done, because September 22nd will be here before we know it. I want to try to get as many pictures of the deer so I can get just a good estimate of what's in here, doe wise, and then we can make our game plan then. All right, I'm at my first spot here. Just put out the corn. About to run up here and check this stand right above me. I'll tilt the camera where you can see it. Got the safety vest on. Got to be careful. Get home to the family. But let's go up here and check it. This is the #1 spot. We'll do the second stand here in just a minute. Stand. Sweating. Things still look good. I don't really have to trim very much, and really I don't like to trim too much simply because I've got plenty of shooting lanes, which I'll show you here in just a second. But it also gives me good cover. And as I turn the view here, you'll see there's all the corn we just put out. There's the camera and video on us right now. As you can see, as I sit down, I got all this cover right here. And that helps me. You know, my chest is right here. Hides me good. And they come from every direction here. Couple holes to shoot through. Plenty of corn, that ought to last a little while. Camera on. That stand's good to go. All right, here's the second stand. I almost killed a deer out of it last year. This is simply because as I killed a deer last year out of the other spot that we just left. As I was dragging the deer out, I saw the biggest deer I've ever seen in the state of Arkansas running through this field. And it got me to thinking, this field runs perpendicular down this way. I think some of the bigger deer don't ever come down into that bottom where I have the other stand. So what I'm trying to accomplish, I've got another camera out here that I'm going to check. I'm going to run up here, check the stand, make sure it's good. If it's good, we'll leave it alone. I'm going to go change the camera, the card in this camera, see what's on it, see if anything's walking by that we're missing, not picking down on this other camera. Let's check it out. All right, we're out here in the second spot. Excuse me, boy, it's hot. So you can see behind me, got a good little spot to cut them off as they come down this field. Stand still in good shape. Ratchet straps, everything good. Cables are good. I got to fix one little thing, go change the cart out there, and then we can trim a few things on the road, and then we can hit the house. To sum this video up, as you can tell, it was just a work day. This was just kind of behind the scenes look of stuff I've got to do to get ready for the season. Always love to get in there and get the stands ready to go, make sure that they're in good working order, check the straps and the cables for the lock-ons, make sure I need to cut any shooting lanes if anything's grown up, typical stuff like that. I love to do it at minimum a month out, simply to not spook the deer and ruin their pattern. This will give them an entire month to calm down, get back in the swing of things, and I can sneak in on them and hopefully put some meat in the freezer. Like I had mentioned before, the urban spot that we went to today for the bucks, they really do not come in until the rut. But I always like to take a doe or two out of there, if everything works out, simply to keep the herd numbers, as good as I can. So with that being said, everything looked great. I've got some public land spots that I will go to next, try to do some filming, in the same spot, kind of show you, what I do for the public land. And it's an entire different setup. It's a hang and hunt setup. You can't leave any stands out. I can't cut any branches, so it gets pretty tricky, but there's a lot of good deer out there, and I don't get bothered very much. It's one of those places where, even though it's public land, there's not too many people to go out there. It's bow hunt only. Like I said, a lot of deer, and I've had a lot of success out there. I guess I've been hunting it 4 or 5 years. So that is really it for this video. Woo. Woo. That'll get you.